What is up, everybody? Ace here, and I am back on the JFS cooking some kelp to eat. Matter of fact, I'm going to make this my primary food source so I can just get it out of the way. We're going to run down to Shoptown. I guess we'll take the long way. Have a little sleep first. Hold on. Okay. And we'll talk about some stuff. So I recorded a couple episodes, and I've dropped them both. The first one just took too long for me to get around to uploading it. The other one, my brain just fried part way through, and just could not get back on track to what I was talking about. So, I'll briefly show here. Been carving it open quite a bit. We're down to level 48 here, and I've opened this up a little further. I believe I'm almost, if not completely, out of TNT right now. So, I'll have to get some more. But, in the meantime, we're going to run down to Shoptown, and going to see if we can replace some stuff with some better stuff to try to garner some more attention. Purchases have been slow because not many people have been on lately. I'm the only one on right now. There's a couple things I got. Some birch saplings. Somebody bought some blocks and I guess threw some saplings and some gravel into the shop. And it is pay what you want, so it doesn't matter to me. But I did recycle the gravel back into the shop, so I have no use for it. But yeah, so let's see, what has been going on lately? Let's talk about Minecraft stuff first, because UC Season 23 is scheduled for September 21st, which is a little over a month from now. So, pretty exciting stuff. Oh, yeah. Oops. It will be a free-for-all UHC, the second one we've ever done. And, we're going to have a city at 0-0. I believe the always closing border is going to happen. It went out by one vote, and I said that if we want to leave it out, we can, but nobody's protested yet, so for now, it's in. And the suspicious stews are sticking around. This is where my brain fried last time, but I wanted to talk about how excited I am for these things. So, free-for-all, like I said, is the second one we've ever done, and it usually gets a bad rap because in a free-for-all UHC, you don't have anybody to talk to, so if you are recording, you have to struggle with creating content all on your own, and yo, that's good. I was hoping you would log on at some point. Yeah, you would struggle to keep up with content on your own for 2+ hours. And if you're not recording, then you're just playing in silence. And in both of those cases, people will get tired of running around on their own and will try to end their season quickly, or, try to get something done. Interestingly enough, that coincides with another issue that we've been having with UHCs lately, and that is the fact that the excitement is put at the end of a UHC a lot of the time. We don't have a lot of combat spread out throughout a season. It's usually all condensed to the end. And that's usually because we have the same people who know the game like the back of their hand, who are able to utilize the best strategies and come up with the best way to win a season. So, everybody does the same thing, everybody knows how to play the game, and so, with the exception of some bad luck and the occasional new player that doesn't actually play that often or at all and runs into some trouble, besides those things, usually you find the same usual suspects at the end, usual situations, and while that can be exciting, seeing, you know, multiple teams clash at the end, I personally like it because it builds tension up to this breaking point. I do agree that it would be more interesting to see more action going on throughout the season, and there has been some attempts to change that up. What with you know, players going to the Nether. Usually you'll find either one team gets some really good stuff going, or two teams will clash, and only one of them walks out alive. But in a free-for-all, with people getting tired of being by themselves all the time, they're going to go out and make something happen on their own. And since you are your own person, not relying on any teammates, you can make your own decisions on your own, on your own. And you can, you know, we might see a lot more combat spread out throughout the season, which is what we saw in Season 13. So, alright, so going through here, basically what I'm going to do is take out anything that's lame. So, things that I don't think will get any attention, like rotten flesh, that's probably just going to get thrown out. Got pumpkins. I guess I'll take out the pumpkin seeds. This melon seed, not going to get anything. Gunpowder I will actually need. And I'll take out the feather. Spider eyes are good for potions. Beetroot seeds, I don't think anybody does beetroot. This is all potion goods. Potions, pumpkin for jack-o'-lanterns. Ink, I guess, can stay. The rest of this can stick around. I don't think this wooden hoe is going to get any attention, but we'll keep it in there for now. More rotten flesh. Kelp, I could eat that. Everything else is going to stay. Blocks I'm going to keep in here. There's some diamond gear in here. One's got mending. Painting. We do have the beginnings of a new city popping up. Kind of a new dang city thing. It's pretty ambitious. It's got like multiple districts and looks like it's going to be a huge project to take on. But they're going ahead with it. I don't know if I'm going to be involved, mainly because I'm still trying to dig out the hole that I have, so yeah. So I don't think that that would be too good for me to split my projects up. Did I have a slime ball down here somewhere? Yeah. Condense these. Here's some more junk. Let me... Oh yeah, I can't do that yet. I'm gonna do something with the string. This I can move, this I can move. Rabbit hide, I don't think anybody's gonna care about. So I'll take that out. And the rest, I guess, can stay. These are all treasure maps that have been unexplored. I don't know if anybody's going to take advantage of that, but this can go in here. And just do this because I do have some here. So yeah, I'll put this in here. But yeah, don't have a place for paper. Any other paper? Yeah, here. Good. Alright, so swap these out. Got another saddle, some more horse armor, this surprisingly good leather cap, this I want to save for a second. I'll get back to it, and the rest I'll just extract from here. Okay, so first off, this can go in here, and I'll just pop these in here. This I'm going to toss the crossbows in. This birch sign, sword, pretty good sword. These things. Let me make sure. I want to double check just to make sure that we don't have any extras of some of these things lying around. So, oh, we do have some furnaces. Crafting tables? Nope. Trapdoors? Yes. Ooh, a place for a saddle. Place for a bucket. And I'm going to put the empty map in here. And I'll put these as well. And I think we're out of space. Oh, we got one more spot. Iron horse armor. So, we still got a little bit of junk up here that we can throw in. Actually, I want to put this in there somewhere. So let's see if we can swap something out. You know what? This, yeah, this wood hoe can go. Toss this in here. And let's do something with that trident. So, diamonds. Go over here. Let's see, what other things to talk about with the UHC? Cities. People tend to like the cities UHC. We did it for 16 and 19, so I think one more won't hurt. And it'll be interesting to see how cities plays out in a free-for-all setting, because it is definitely different. Yeah. The fact that somebody could take advantage of an entire city on their own, or we might have some inner city combat. Everything's 1 diamond, right? Yep. Surprisingly cheap from Javarden. So I'm just gonna grab the trident. I'll throw the mending on, and somebody can get that for basically nothing. I have 2, so I don't need this one. Yeah. So yeah, the always closing border, it was pretty divided when I set it up for the vote, which is why I'm offering to leave it off. Also because we already have a couple gimmicks already with free-for-all and the city, but it's staying in until somebody protests. So if nobody has a problem with it, then it's staying. UHC bets is open, by the way, so you can place your bets. I have a new category, new all or nothing category, which is how many players will die to PvP. So, so yeah, I think that'll be interesting to see how it plays out, because we haven't done an always closing border UHC before. It has been done with other UHCs pretty successfully, so I don't see why it wouldn't be a good win this time. And I think that with it being free-for-all and with the desire to spread out action a little bit more, having an always closing border means that you can you will have to leave the caves at some point. If you're not close to 0-0, that is, you'll have to keep an eye on the cave or on the world border, and might have to leave your caves pretty early to go find another one closer to 0-0, which means you can't stay underground all the time. You do have to pop your head out at some point and move in a little closer. And since everybody, or just about everybody, will have to do that, that could create some scenarios where people might cross paths. So it could create some interesting moments, especially in a free-for-all setting. So, and finally, suspicious stews. I phrased the question as, should we keep it and test it out for one more season, or should we just deem that it's too OP as is and nerf them in some form? and majority voted to keep it for one more season, which I agree with. Not bent out of shape if it doesn't stick around, but so yeah, as I mentioned before, I think that the abundance of materials used to get the suspicious stews is outweighed or balanced out at the very least by the it's balanced out by the hunger issue, since you don't have to heal. Healing is the primary source of saturation loss, and without that, the only other ways that you get hungry is by running and jumping, and I think fighting as well, interacting, I guess. So, movement, basically. So, it'll be interesting this season to see, now that we have an idea on the basics of how suspicious stews work in a UHC, we can now kind of expand things a little bit and see how people can strategize to get the most out of them. And in doing so, we might in turn see that the best strategies do tend to be overpowered, in which we could nerf them in the future. So I think free-for-all is a good platform for it, and it'd be interesting to see if people do a lot more sprinting while caving. Maybe they... No, can you get hurt? I don't think he's... I don't think this creeper's gonna dare to move here. Probably should have shot him. Man, now I gotta fix my berry patch. Now there's zombies everywhere. They're gonna attack me. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see. A lot of zombies today. Okay. Let's do some replanting here, I guess. What else is going on? Server-wise, not much. Like I said, the city is becoming a thing. Beyond that, not really much to talk about. IRL, though, there are some changes going on. I am only a month into my current job. And, I am actually looking towards getting a new job. I can't get out. Interesting. I need to get back downstairs. These guys are not gonna give me any peace and quiet. Huh. Well, the sun is coming up, so... But yeah, I'm looking towards getting a new job. And I am considering doing one of two things. Option A, get a new job entirely. Because the one I have right now, it's not bad by any means. But it's just not interesting. I'm not not enjoying it, not hating it. I'm just kind of numb to it the entire time. So I don't get any enjoyment out of it, nor any hatred out of it. I just kind of show up, exist for a few hours, and go home. And the pay isn't what I had hoped. I get paid slightly more than I did at Zaxby's, but my hours are a little less. And that ends up being a net negative in terms of pay. So this paycheck, I'm able to take care of my car payment, and then my credit card, one of my credit cards, and maybe gas. And that's it. And I think I'm getting more hours this week, but it's still just not where I want it to be. And so I'm looking for something new or something more. I left my thing at Shoptown. I have to go back and get it. That's okay. It gives me time to talk more. So yeah, I am looking to either get a second job to get some extra income to be able to put aside, in which my intention would be to work the second job for the rest of the year, and then see how things go, because I am balancing my classes on top of this. Option B is if I find a job that's better than where I work now, then I will put in my two weeks notice at the one and start working at the other. I do have an interview tomorrow at a new place, and I do have another interview Friday at another place, but I'm kind of preferring tomorrow over Friday, so we'll see how things go. So yeah, we'll see how things go tomorrow, and then we'll see how it affects what I want to do for Friday. So I actually have had a few interview opportunities. Right? Yeah, I've had 2 more before this, and I ended up not doing them. One of them was at a place right next door to where I work. I ended up not going. I actually overslept, so I wasn't too thrilled with the idea of working there anyways. But it was right next door, so I was like, yeah, I'll give it a try. But I ended up oversleeping and didn't really bother with making up for it. It's not a good impression to be late to an interview anyways. And the other one would have been interesting in the terms of a different change of pace, because it's not the restaurant industry at all. But on the other hand, it is it was a little too far away for my liking. So again, I ended up not going to that one. But yeah, the one I'm going to tomorrow is right down the street from me, and the one I'm going to Friday is a little further down, I think. I think I applied to the wrong place, but we'll see how it goes. For both of them, for the one tomorrow, that's kind of like the idea for a second job, whereas the one on Friday might be better geared towards a new job entirely. Or it could go both ways, I guess, with that one. But alright, let's actually offload all this and yeah. Okay, so all of this I'm just going to put in here, because I'll tell you what, I didn't think much of the composter at first, but it actually works really well for just random garbage that you have. can just chuck it in here and turn it into bone meal. Bone meal is at least a little bit more useful. Anything else I can throw in there? Surprisingly, bamboo does not work. Rotten flesh, I'm just gonna throw away. I have so much of it. Rabbit hide, feather, gunpowder. Gunpowder I definitely need. Feather. Rabbit hide I don't need, but I don't think I can compost it. It's not a plant. Yeah. Kinda lame. Gunpowder I can toss over here. And here. And the rest of the stuff I'm just gonna hold on to, because I might sell it in the future. And that should do for this episode, I believe. So, hope you guys have enjoyed watching. And I shall see you all next time.